Time once again for Monday Dice Football here on Big Muzz Gaming, and today it's going to be Week 8 for Football America 2000's Game of the Week. We go to the greatest city in the world, New York City, for a showdown between two 2-4 teams looking to get any advantage they can to make the playoffs. From Shea Stadium, it's the Washington Federals taking on the New York Knights. Portland's loss last week sent them tumbling down the power rankings tonight, Orlando reclaiming the top spot with St. Louis and Philadelphia in second and third. Portland's now fourth with Vegas still rounding out the top five. And if you're curious about Houston, the top team in the league, they're hanging in at number 6. A couple of long-term injuries are still in effect this week. Houston's Daniel Ottman and Philadelphia's Robert Gary are still going to be out for another 3 more weeks. And Philly has another injury to deal with as well. Bell's running back Derwin Reed hurt his shoulder during last week's game against Washington. He'll be out for 2 weeks. Your headlines for Football America this week are being led once again by San Francisco's front office troubles. More reports have come out about missed payments to players and to Oracle Park. The league is in the middle of an emergency meeting right now about the Seals and what their fate might be. As soon as word comes out about the franchise's fate, we will break in to let you know. Meantime, New York wide receiver Ryan Thompson was seen getting a little more agile and winning more contested catches. Portland tight end Esteban Norton was also improving himself. He's working on his blocking assignments for run plays. San Antonio has a couple of issues on their offense this week. Quarterback Derek McCormick was cited for disorderly conduct, and he's been suspended for this week's game. Left tackle Mike Hernandez failed a drug test, and he's also been suspended. He's going to be out until Week 10. Finally, Washington wide receiver Darius Brinson has been seen in practice improving himself on running plays as well. Now it's time to compare and contrast our two squads with your Girth Watch Tale of the Tape. Kenny Mackey has a lower completion percentage compared to Gavin Zamberlin, but he does beat Gavin in average yards per game. However, when looking at their touchdown to interception ratios, Zamberlin beats out Mackey with a +1 to -1. Both defenses give away a near equal number of points per game, with Washington giving away 70 more yards on average, but the Federals do have the advantage on takeaways with a +1 compared to New York's -5. Finally, on offense, Washington's been able to score points a bit more frequently than New York and also manage about 80 more yards per game. But when it comes to points scored, New York will have the edge, but only by 1. That's enough comparisons, though. It's time to hit the field for today's East Division matchup between the Washington Federals and the New York Knights. Alright, let's see who's going to get the ball first on this matchup. It's going to be, well, the toss goes to New York, and they will defer. So Washington will get the ball to start the first half, and we will get right to it here. Here we go. And they're going to start out right into their third zone. Alright, first sequence is going to be a run versus safe. It's going to be 56. At least one defensive lineman rated run 0. Yeah, Billy Courtney, the nose tackle for New York, does, so that will mean a gain of 2 zones. All right, they got an audible against the run. They're going to pass it. Good call here. 56 again. Any DB with a 2 pass? That is a no. Is X greater than 4? Nope, so it's going to be complete. Chance to tack on some yards? Nope, so it'll just be 2 zones. Takes it inside the 20. Now inside New York's red zone. It is going to be a pass against the blitz. 15 is grade B or better. No, Mackey is a C, so that's incomplete, and that'll be 4th down. So Kazmarinsky is a B across the board for field goals. So from zone 2, it'll be 11 to 53. We'll take the kick. Let's put some points on the board here. So 21. We're going to add 2 from the 10, so it'll be a 19-yard try. And there we go. Kick is up, and it's good. First drive, first points. Now we'll have to see how New York responds. They're going to start in their second zone. So they're going to start with a pass against the safe. 43. 2 or more wide receivers or tight ends with a 0 pass. No. So they are all good there. So it is complete. 5 will make it an XP gain. 1 will put it for 3 zones. already inside Washington territory. It'll be a pass versus the run. 64, any linebacker with a 2-pass? Yes, Jonathan Harnell has one, so it's incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down. So it would be a long field goal attempt for Max Clendenin. Let's see how far they are before we make our decision here. So 41, we're going to add 6. So 35, 6 is 41. So it would be a 48-yard field goal attempt. So just inside Clendenin's A range, which would make it an 11-33. I think we'll go ahead and try for it. So to try and tie the game. Oh, it's just no good. Just missed it. 4, they will bring it out. And it'll be brought out to their first zone. So Clendenin just missing it. Gives an opportunity for New York to hopefully stop the drive and maybe push them back into the end zone, but not on the run. So it'll be run versus safe. 32. 2 more players ready to run, 2 on the offense. Yep, you got Williams and Jackson right there on the line, so that is a gain of 1. All right, we got a pass versus the blitz. 41. Any tight end or wide receiver with a 2-pass? No. Does not hit here, so it's incomplete. 4th down. Nice defensive stop for New York. They'll force the Federals to punt, and it will go 3 zones to just outside New York's 50. So we've got tendency against safes, and they are a pass tendency, so they're going to throw it. 36, a defensive penalty, sustains the drive, puts them into enemy territory.
Flag.
New set of downs here for New York. They're going to audible. It'll be a pass versus safe. 45, home team on offense? Yes, they are, so it's complete. XP gain. And it's good for 3. So inside the 10. We're in the final sequence of the quarter. It's going to be run versus pass. 55, at least one defensive back with a run 2. No one's got it, so that will go into the end zone for the New York touchdown. All right, before we resolve the extra point, we do have an injury on the field, so we need to see who's going to get hurt here. It's player 12. Okay, so it was Zamberlin, but he's just out for the series. Nothing serious there, so we'll kick the extra point. 61 puts it up and puts it through, and New York is on the board. All right, kickoff here to start the second quarter, and it's going to go to their second zone. Washington already behind the 8 ball here. It'll be a run versus the blitz. We get 51. 2 or more defensive backs with a run 0. Yeah, Ryan Young and Kevin Glenn are both 0, so that is a gain of 2. All right, this will be a run versus the blitz again. 33. At least one player ready to run 0 on the offensive line. No, everybody's a 1, so that's good there. It'll be another gain. It'll be a gain of 3 zones. Now inside the Knights' red zone. Audible against safe. They are going to throw. 13 is completion D or better. Yes, it is. It's complete. So as long as it's not a 1. And that's good to put it in the end zone. That is a Washington touchdown. Extra point here for Kazmarinsky. Up and good. And they are back on top to a 10-7 lead. Now for New York to get back on offense, we got an O result. We got a wow result. Oh, this could go all the way back. 4 and higher. And they do! It's a kick return touchdown!
Touchdown!
Holy shit.
So the amazing return for Darius Munson. 102 yards on the score. And now it'll be an extra point attempt for Max Clendenin. And it's up and good. And suddenly we're back up to New York on top. Washington to get the ball back now. They're going to start from their second zone. So they are going to audible against safe. They're going to run. 15 is runner B or better. Let's see what they're going to go with. Runner 12. So that is Davis. He's not B on either side, so no gain, but it will be third down. All right, a run versus safe again. 42. 2 more players rated run 0 in the backfield. No, everybody is at least a 1, so that'll be a gain of 2 zones. So they're going to go tendency against the pass. They are going to run it. 64, 2 or more defensive linemen run 0. They've only got 1, so that is a no. So no gain, and third down coming up. New York defense trying to hold them here. It's going to be a pass versus safe. 13, grade D or better for Mackey. Yes, it is, so that's complete. 4 will put it 3 zones, and they're inside of the Knights' red zone. Already up to 5 minutes to go here in the second. It'll be a run versus safe. 54, they lose the football!
Oh, no.
Fumbled away, and New York recovers it. What a great opportunity for the Knights to extend their lead. They will go tendency against the blitz. So they are going to throw. 21 is a double A or better. No, incomplete. They do have an exceptional catcher, though. We have to see if it goes to him, though. It'd have to be a 20. It is not, so it is incomplete and fourth down. So that will force the Knights to punt. And they will go 3 zones. And Washington will start inside their own 50. So we've now got 2 minutes to go in the half. Washington hoping to get some points before we go to the tunnel. They're going to audible. They're going to throw it against the safe defense. It does work out well for them mostly. 53, 2 or more DBs rated 2 pass. No. So it will be complete. 4 puts it in for 3 zones. Now back inside the 20. Another audible, this time against the run. They are going to run it now. Trying to hold on to the football. 15 is runner B or better. Who's it going to? 17. So Minter on the inside is a C, so that doesn't hit. Turner on the outside is an E, so that doesn't hit. So it'll be no gain and fourth down. So they will have to bring out Kazmarinsky to kick the field goal here. It'll put them within a point at the very least. So, they're going to be wide out there. So, yeah, from the 19, so make it a 26-yard attempt. But to bring it within 1 from the B, so 11-53 to put it up. On the way, it's no good! But it'll be an automatic single from the second zone.
This is one of the rules of the Canadian Football League that American fans still don't understand.
The missed field goal does make it a 3-point game at the very least, but New York will have 1 set of plays before the break. So they will throw it against a safe defense. 51. Any player on the defensive line with a 0? Yeah, Jalen Topper does for Washington, so it'll be incomplete. And that is the end of the first half. So Kazmarinsky couldn't get the Federals within 1, but he does make it a 3-point game as we enter the tunnel. The lead for New York only due in part to Darius Munson's kick return touchdown. While we are taking a short rest, let's take a look around the rest of the league for Week 8. Nearly 50,000 strong were at Soldier Field to watch the Flames hold off Philadelphia. James Thurman got 2 of Musa Mays' picks, the first resulting in a Chicago touchdown. Philly was able to come back from down 12 in the first half to get within 2, but the boot of Nicholas Gonzatano would pad the lead and seal the win. Flames extinguished the bells 19-11. Another sold-out crowd in Portland as they took on their Pacific rival San Francisco. The Seals held on to the lead all the way to near the end of the fourth when Malik Delmar found Thomas Rome for a 37-yard score. Field goal by the Seals would give them the lead back, but left too much time for Portland to move downfield, and Bennett Waltko would sink the game-winning field goal to give San Francisco another heartbreaking loss, 27-26. In Ohio, more... Wait, that's happening now? That's happening right now. Okay, go. Cut to it right now. Let's go. Just coming across the desk at Big Muzz Gaming, the San Francisco Seals' fate has been decided. League officials approved the immediate sale of the Seals to a Seattle business venture who have gotten approval for immediate relocation of the Seals from San Francisco to Seattle. This will give them about 2 weeks to prepare for their new home, which according to these reports will be at Husky Stadium. The reports say that they will remain the Seals for the remainder of the year with an option to rebrand for 2001. It is unclear, though, if the Seals will survive until next year, however, as the new owners have agreed to take on San Francisco's debt. Hopefully, though, this new ownership group will have enough deep pockets to keep the team intact for the future. With that news out of the way, let's get back to the halftime scores. In Ohio, more frustration from fans about the Hogs' apparent inability to win football games. The Hogs were leading 21-13 going into the fourth quarter when Orlando's Marcus Green fired off 2 consecutive drives for touchdown passes, followed soon after by Rudy Yates throwing a 46-yard pick six to Tristan Collins. While the Hogs were able to tie the game back up thanks to a Siobhan Drury score, they could not manage to finish off the Apollos, and the Hogs once again end in a tie, drawing Orlando 34 apiece. Despite Brendan Ellenbogen having a 115 passer rating, Houston was unable to compensate against a vicious Vegas running game, which was responsible for 5 touchdowns on the day. The Outlaws scored 7 out of their 8 possessions in the game, and that kind of proficiency will do even the best of teams. Houston falls in the desert 45-16. Finally, in the Alamo Dome, it seemed as though the Riders' momentum had come to a screeching halt, being down 9-0 a third of the way through the third quarter. But Shane Garza did their best to rally his team around him, eventually finding the end zone twice to give San Antonio the lead. But there was still plenty of time for Braden Miller to rally down the field and find Rashard Martin for the 8-yard game-winning score. LA improves to 3-5 with a winning Texas, 23-18. Next week, the Suns will be at home at the Rose Bowl to take on a freshly rested St. Louis Gunners who have the bye this week. But there is no rest for these two as they'll be making their way back out to the second half in just a moment. Monday Night's Football and Football America are brought to you this week by Biddy Beer, the official beer of Football America. Biddy Beer, Biddy prices for nearly 100 years. By A to Z Auto Parts, from alternators to Zerk fittings, A to Z has every part for every car, truck, and SUV. And by Amicable Insurance, keeping misfortunes cromulent since 1918. Close game here to start the second half. Knights only up by 3. Remember, you can follow along with us by clicking the link in the description down below. If you've got second season at home, you can even replay this game or the entire 2000 season. Alright, 3-point game here as we start the third quarter. New York to get the ball, and they will start in their second zone. And see, they're going to start with tendency against a safe defense, so that's just right there on the pass. 65, 2 or more linebackers rated 0 pass. And then you've got Fisher, Sinclair, and Walls, who are all 0, so that is a yes. It is complete. 4 will put it for 3 zones. Now immediately in Washington territory, they're going to pass against the blitz. 41, any tight end or wide receiver with a 2? Yes, they got Tyler Scott, so that is complete. And that's an XP gain. If this is 3 or higher, it's going to go in the end zone. No, it'll go 3 zones, but that puts them inside the 10. Immediately on goal to go. They're going to throw against the pass. 12. F or a Z passer? No, so it's complete, and that's a good touchdown for New York. The extra point for Clendenin is up and good, and that'll make it 21-11, a 10-point lead for the Knights. All right, now to see if Washington can respond. They're going to start in their second zone. Down by 10 with about 10 to go here in the third. It'll be a run versus the blitz. .65. Two or more linebackers rated run 0. On the blitz, nope, everyone's a 1 except for Jeremy Cofield, so that's going to be no, so that's going to be flattened for no gain and 4th down. So that'll force the Feds to punt it. We'll go 3 zones for New York to take it inside the 50. Next drive for the Knights, they're going to audible. They will throw it against the pass defense. 36. Oh, a defensive penalty keeps the drive moving.
Flag.
What you want to see if you're Washington. All right, so it'll be a pass versus the run. 13 is a grade D or better. Zampelin's a B, so that's yes, it's complete. It's an XP gain. 3 or higher is a touchdown. No, it'll go 3 zones. Back to inside the 10. See if they will extend their lead. Tendency against the pass, so they will throw it. 15, any receiver with 2 stars. Tyler Scott's got it, and that's going to be a touchdown. Extra point coming. It is up, and it is good. So now 28-11 with 5 minutes to go here in the third. So Scott getting his second touchdown of the day, and Washington will bring it out to their second zone. Washington's got to do something here to get back in this ball game. They're going to throw it against the run. 16 is grade A or better. No, he's a C, so that's incomplete, but it'll be 3rd down. All right, that's a run versus safe. 12, runner triple A or better. They aren't even close to that, so no gain, and that'll bring up 4th. So another punt away for Washington. We'll go 4 zones to put New York inside their own 35. One last sequence here before we go to the 4th quarter. It's going to be an audible against safe, so they're going to run it. Like that. 54, they fumble the ball! And Washington's going to get on top of the football. They'll be in scoring position to start the 4th. Washington starting the drive in New York's 35-yard line. They got an opportunity to bust down the door here. It's going to be a pass versus safe. 46. Any player on the defensive line with a 2? No, they do not. That's why greater than 8. No, so it'll be incomplete. 4th down. So no progress, but they have a chance to knock a field goal in to get it within 2 touchdowns. Let's see what the distance is going to be for Kazmarinsky. We're going to add 3 to the 20, so it'll be exactly 30 yards on the attempt to make it 28-14. In the 3rd zone, 11-35 will do it. Here's the kick. It is good! And it is now a 14-point deficit. DC narrowing the gap now to a 2-touchdown lead. New York will take it to their 2nd zone. And the Knights would really love to extend the lead here on a score, potentially keep it out of reach. So it's going to be run versus safe. 14 is a runner A or better, so they got to get Otis on the outside in order to hit it. Let's see what the number is going to be. 13, that's not going to be it, so no gain, 3rd down. Hoping for at least some forward progress here. It's going to be run versus safe again. 56. At least one defensive lineman rated 0. Yeah, Ryan Watts is a 0, so that will be a gain. Knights will move it up 1 zone. At the very least, keeps the ball in their hands. Run versus pass here. 45, defensive penalty sustains the drive.
Flag.
Not the time to be making fouls here, Washington. It'll be an audible. Against the safe, they're going to run it. Kind of like this play calling here, just trying to run down the clock. 21, is runner E or an F? Let's see who it's going to go to. 6. Templeton on the inside is a C. Otis on the outside is an A, so that's going to be no. It'll be a gain. That 1 will be 1 zone, and they are inside Washington territory. A slow burning drive here in the 4th. As we're now down to about 8 minutes to go. Another run versus safe. 44. 2 more players ready to run 2 on the defensive line. Oh, Jalen Topper's a 2, but he blows it with the game on the line, and we are within 2 scores, so that's a 1. That's going to be a no, so it'll be a gain. Oh, an XR gain. 3 or higher, and this will be a touchdown. And it is! Touchdown, New York! The Knights getting it out of hands for Washington. The extra point here for Clendenin is good, and it is now a 21-point lead. So New York's running game and passing game getting 2 touchdowns on the day. And just about keeping it out of reach for Washington. They'll take over in the 3rd zone. So we've got 6 minutes to go. We're more than likely going to be staying on Express for the rest of the game, unless Washington pulls a miracle out. It'll be pass versus pass. 44, 2 more players on the defensive line with a 2 pass. That is a no, so that will be complete. That's an XP gain. They'll go 4 zones. So they'll go inside the 20 at the 5-minute mark. So now just inside the 20. Hoping to put some points up. They'll run it against a safe defense. 44. 2 more players ready to on the defensive line. Nope, so that's a gain. 3 or more, and they'll put it in the end zone. And they've got it. Touchdown, Washington. So the extra point here for Kazmarinsky is up, and it is good. It is now back to a 14-point game, and we are going to full play. Now, New York's going to have an interesting choice here. They can elect to kick or receive. They are electing to kick it away, so they are going to rely on their defense to keep Washington at bay. So, interesting choice here. So, electing to kick. Clendenin's got a pretty good boot on him, so if he can boot it deep into the end zone, they might be able to get a little rouge out of this. Let's see where the kick goes. 24. So it'll be 65. The A adds 6 to that, so it'll be 71. It'll be taken 1 yard deep in the end zone by Washington. That's going to be picked up by their secondary returner, which is Marquise Harper. And that's good because E.J. Jones could really run it out for a touchdown if he had gotten it. So Harper on the kick return. 15. We're going to take away 8. So he brought it out 10 yards, so that'll bring it out to Washington's 9. So Washington down by 2 scores. It'll be 1st and 10. They are down by 14, so they are on situation C for the rest of this game. They're going to start with a long pass against the pass. Hoping for some good throws here. Let's see, 21. It's incomplete, but there's pass interference on the play. So it will be 15 yards unless we roll doubles, then it's flagrant. Nope, so it'll just be a 15-yard penalty for the interference, but it's an automatic 1st down.
Flag?
So that puts them up to the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 once again. Clock stop with 3:30 to go. It'll be long versus pass once again. So 15 on a C grade, that is incomplete. All right, 2nd and 10 coming up now. Long pass against the pass. They just got to start hurling bombs at this point. 16, that is again incomplete. So 2 plays, 30 seconds gone. Now 3rd and 10. Again, going long versus pass. They got to make a connection here at some point. 44, is TB a 0 pass? No, Gabe McCartney is a 1, so he protects the quarterback. Nobody's open, so they will throw it away incomplete. So this is kind of the big play here. 4th and 10. They've had nowhere to go in these last few plays. They're going to have to go for it. They're down by 2 scores. They got to do it. So it'll be long versus pass. Let's see what do we get. 32. Is SB a 2 pass? He is not. We're going to the wide chart here, so this will either be picked or it'll be a turnover on downs. Either way, New York is going to get the football. 63, 12 or more. Nope, so it's incomplete. Turnover on downs, and New York has the football. So New York can really just run down the clock here. 1st and 10 from Washington's 24. They're on situation D on the card, so they're going to go with an outside run versus the run, and that's really all they have to do for the rest of the game is just run out the clock. 45, does the quarterback have a 0 run? He does, so Zamberlin can't hand it off properly, and it's a 4-yard loss, and Washington will take their first of 3 timeouts. So nice defensive stop there for Washington. It's now 2nd and long, but they can still run the outside run, and that's exactly what New York's going to do. It's another run here for Otis. Otis had the loss on the last play, so he'll take the rock here for this one. 31, does the tight end or left tackle or EC have a run of 2? Patrick St. James is a 1 with the game on the line. It puts him as a 2, so yes. So 2-yard loss, but there is holding on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Flag.
So that effectively restarts New York's drive now with 2 to go. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 23 of Washington. They're going to go inside versus the blitz. And this will be an inside run for Templeton. 46 is an unusual result. 32, no gain, but there is a foul. Let's see what the flag is on 35, and that is offsides on the defense. Another penalty in New York's favor.
Flag?
So everything going wrong right now for Washington's defense. Now 1st and 5. They're going to go outside against the run. And this will be a run for Templeton on the outside. 45. Quarterback has a run of 0, so that's another 4-yard loss. 2nd timeout being called by Washington. Now 1:40 to go. It's 2nd and 9. Oh, they're going to trick him here. It's going to be a long pass against the run defense. Oh, they want to put this out of their misery here. Let's see the results. 65. Does Jay have a 2 pass? No, Jalen Topper does not. He's a 1, but with game on the line, that actually goes down to a 0. So the defense is fooled, but the pass falls incomplete. So now 3rd down and 9. Effectively gave Washington a free timeout there. So inside versus the run. Another run attempt here for Templeton. 15. On the inside, Templeton is a C, so that'll only get them 1 yard. And that will be the final timeout for Washington. So 4th down and 8 now. Clock stopped with 1:20 to go. Max Clendenin can come out for the field goal. This will be a 28-yard attempt for him. And this would extend their lead to 17. Still would be a 2-score game, but would be a much more difficult 2-score game for Washington. Let's see, for 28 yards, Clendenin is an A, so 63 or less, and it will be good. Here we go. The kick on its way, and it is good. It's now 38-21. So good strategy calling there by New York to elect to take the kick. Gave them a couple more free points, if you will. But now they will kick it away. Washington wants the football. 13, and that's a big one. That is 70 plus 6. So that is going to be taken 6 yards deep in the end zone. That's the primary returner who gets it. So that will be E.J. Jones to return it. Let's see how he does when he brings it out. 53 will add 4 to the return. It'll be a 30-yard return just outside of his kick return touchdown range. But it will still be a really good return. So Washington down by 17, still within 2 scores in this league. So they'll have to start hurling down the field as quick as they can. They will start with a long versus the pass. How will it fare? 22. Oh, it's a possible pick. And if this is picked off, this will be the end of the game. 13. It is picked off. So it's picked off at the New York 42 by Anthony Blue, the strong safety. We'll see how he returns it here. 31, it'll be 3 plus 1 die. It'll be 4 yards on the return.
And there is your dagger.
Another heartbreaking dagger on Monday Night's Football as Kenny Mackey throws the game away into the hands of Anthony Blue, and the Knights kneel out the rest of the game to go to 3-4 with a 38-21 victory. Your Biddy Beer player of the game this week is Knights quarterback Gavin Zamberlin, who was near perfect in his performance. 32 of 57 for over 400 yards and 2 touchdowns gave him a 92.6 passer rating, the best performance from anyone in the game. Now, a quick look at the standings as we have 5 weeks left in the season. In the West, Houston remains at the top, but Portland and Vegas are hot on their heels. St. Louis drops to 4th on their bye. And unless things turn around quickly, Los Angeles, San Antonio, and the newly christened Seattle are all but likely going to be eliminated very soon. In the East, Orlando now has a full game up on Chicago, with Philadelphia close behind. New York now goes to 4th place, followed by Washington. And while it would take a miracle, Cincinnati is still mathematically in the playoff race. Next week here on the channel, it'll be a battle for the top spot in the East as Orlando and Chicago will duke it out in the Citrus Bowl. Remember to give the channel a like, a sub, and all the good things people ask you to do here, as well as on our Twitch channel. Until next week, this is Big Muzz reminding you, as always, to play well, play fair, but most importantly, play.